Good morning, and welcome back to another episode of the Talk to Taryn Morning Show, where we go over tips, tricks, ideas, and exercises to help make you the best possible version of yourself, not only for yourself, but for the people you love and care about most. Personal development. We're big believers in the ripple effect here. This morning, we're going to be talking about the final hour. What we absorb before we go to bed turns out has a pretty big impact. And I'm selfishly speaking about my own experience because that's all I really know. But there definitely is something about watching like 2-3 hours of TV right before I go to bed. And I don't know if you can see it on my face, but I just feel way more tired. I watched a movie before bed. It was a little over 2 hours long. I went to bed later, and then I had a much harder time getting up this morning. Go figure, right? And not only that, but what I was dreaming about was I don't know if this ever happened to you. The TV that you're watching, whatever you were absorbing before bed had an impact on what you were thinking about sleeping. This has also been true not only for like movies or shows or just like people that I got to hang out with, but also for this theory on when I'm studying something in particular, like a particular problem in business or trying to figure out maybe a specific solution for something, I tend to think about this, like if it's work-based or if it's some type of personal development goal. So we had gone over and I'd been reading out of one of my books, and then I discovered this quote. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Over here, Instagram, you can't see it, so I'm going to just read it out loud to you. It's a quote from Thomas Edison. Never go to sleep without a request to your subconscious. Thomas Edison. Never go to sleep without a request to your subconscious. So this is talking about how we should be asking ourselves or absorbing material that we actually care about and we want to fix. If you really want to think about movies, dream about movies, learn about movies, and that is your goal, then that's fine. But if you want to figure out something and you want to keep getting better and I want to be better at coaching, I want to be better at real estate investing. These are my 2 lanes that I'm trying to go down. And so absorbing things in the personal development space for potential ideas for the show, maybe a better way to say it or put it that would be relatable or just help make a bigger impact for people, absorbing that kind of stuff before bed versus watching, we watched a movie, there was a lot of war and fighting and death and they're tripping balls on drugs and stuff like that. It's like that's pretty much not in alignment with what I'm trying to do. I'm not saying you can't take a break and watch a movie every now and again. Just if you're going to watch it, make sure you're not going to stay up way past your bedtime and that you still have a little downtime before you just go and shut your eyes to go to bed. Usually that's what happens on movie night is you stay up a little too late, and then as soon as the movie goes off, you're going straight to bed. Or that's my own experience. That's usually what happens. I'll be watching TV or something like that. I'm not going to do a nighttime routine. I'm not going to reflect in my journal. I'm not going to read out on my goals again before I go to bed. So it's about setting yourself up for success. So this talks about the main point I did want to come over here and read was kind of the last paragraph that I liked a lot. To maximize the potential of your unconscious mind, you should consider making a recording of yourself, a recording for yourself, stating your goals. Make sure your affirmations are in the present tense as opposed to the past. Play the recording every night after getting in bed. Don't worry about falling asleep and consciously hearing the entire recording. Your subconscious mind will be absorbing every word. So this is a great idea. So what we can do is that we can list out our goals, and then we can be reading our goals before we go to bed to help us think and engage more in alignment with the things that we do and we want to accomplish. Talk about athletes all the time. Athletes are just an easy reference because these people are, it's so easy to really see how hard they're really pushing themselves and pushing boundaries and breaking records constantly. So taking the model from them and the power of visualization, and just maybe that is the idea here. That is the tip. That is the trick. That is the idea for today, is writing out your goals, say in a notebook. These cost $1. You can get them at Target. You can get them at Walmart. You can get them at a dollar store. These powerful notebooks, you're writing out your goals for 2023 and get started on it. Get started on it early. Or what is one thing that you can get done before the holiday season with your family? Because I know personally, I'll be hanging around. I'm not going to be super productive per se in business. I'm going to be productive in relationships with the people I love and care about, which is you can give yourself a break. That's okay. I'm just saying maybe before then, to feel even better, to gain some ground on the things that you do and you care about most, maybe we can set some goals right before the holiday season, right before we go and have our next vacation, right before we eat way too much of this food. Do we need to get an extra workout or two in before this? So we can ask ourselves, that would be the idea, is to write out your goals and reread them before bed. I really like the idea of the personal recording. I do an exercise in coaching where you record on your phone, like how to be your best friend and your time. So you have a particular problem, right? You have a particular problem, such as I'm not getting up early enough, I'm not exercising enough, I'm not making enough sales calls, something that you are not taking enough action on. And then you record on your phone what your best friend would give you advice for. So you record, well, I would probably start around this time. Yeah, I'd probably engage it like that. Well, I mean, you are good enough to do that. You know, you have the skills to do that. Like, how would you pump up your best friend to get it done? And I like that. I like that exercise a lot in our coaching to kind of help people realize, like, oh shit, I totally can do this. This is really not that complicated, because that's something that we learn a lot about in business, especially in my own experience with the problems that I'm facing in coaching and real estate investing specifically. Is these problems are not that big. They're not that hard. We just have to sit down and really think about them. So maybe writing out a particular problem before you go to sleep, so you can hopefully think about this problem subconsciously throughout the night, or even better, before you start something like this, you go on, you're looking at the computer, you're writing things out, you're reaching out to people, you're just ramming through the day. Maybe you pick a particular problem that you would like to work on, you'd like to think about, you'd like to evolve and grow with, and then you think about that in the morning before you get going. You've heard, I'm sure most of us have heard the concept that you learn and you absorb the most amount of material right before you go to bed and right when you get up in the morning. And if you don't know that, there is a lot of science that backs it up. People learn a ton right before they go to bed and right when they get up in the morning. Something about your ability to absorb information goes up. But try it for yourselves. Why not, before you black out for 8 to 9 hours? Well, depending on how much sleep you get, I'd recommend 8 to 9 versus the more common 6 to 7. But if you can get that good sleep, you're going to be out for quite a while. Why not fill your mind with something positive, something impactful before you go to bed? Even think about during the day, when you have something that hits you, or you watch a video or this and that, people think about things throughout the day and throughout time. So, and your subconscious mind doesn't understand time and all this and that. Or what else did this article talk about? It doesn't know the difference between real and imagined, which is pretty wild. Doesn't understand the difference between real and imagined. So creating your visions and having big goals and stuff like that, don't be scared. Just read this stuff out, to tell yourself again and again, read through it. We got to go through it. And if we want to be an expert at anything, if we want to be good at anything, we have to go through it and we have to remind ourselves a lot. So this is the reminder, the final hour theory. Quit watching so much TV and movies before bed. Start reading books that are in alignment with what it is you're trying to do. Absorb better information. Write out in a notebook on what it is your goals are, the top problems you're trying to solve, and see if it makes a difference for you. Who knows? A lot of this subconscious stuff is still up in the air, but who are we going to listen to? Are we going to listen to the advertisers on Netflix, or are we going to listen to Thomas Edison? You know what I'm saying? So pick your poison. Who do you want to listen to? How can we make an impact on our own subconscious mind? How can we continue to cement the things that matter? And how can we continue to solve more problems and create more value for the marketplace? Because that's what people pay for. They pay for that dang value. So cheers, friends. This is the final hour theory. If you're watching too much TV if I could talk this morning, before bed, cut that crap out. Go to bed a little bit earlier. Remind and review stuff that actually matters in your life and your goals and what you're trying to get done, and see if that's helpful for you. This is another episode 176, the final hour theory. Try it out for yourselves. Let me know. Please like, share, or comment. If you know someone who could benefit from this type of content, we're trying to grow this show and have a free platform for people to get better every single day. So keep coming back, and I'll be live again with episode 177 tomorrow, live at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. You all have an amazing, wonderful, fun, fantastic Tuesday. Cheers, friends, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning, bright and early, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks so much. Have a great day, everyone. Kick ass today. Learn something new. Get